He got the shirts out. Andrew, come on, bro.
What?
Why is he doing this?
I wanted to come back and talk about this, because this topic is like a very, it's just a topic, really, but everybody gets extra shivers down your back about it. And technically, if you don't, like, if a person like Shannon Sharpe does not meet this topic the appropriate way, he will lose his life over it. And if you think that's not true, then I don't have to convince you. But this is Andrew Schulz and Shannon Sharpe are going to tackle this tough topic about Kanye not liking to be told what to do. Kanye West and his comments. Andrew Schulz is going to go there with him and have these deep discussions on the Shannon Sharpe show on Club Shay Shay. This is where it's happening here with Andrew Sharpe and Andrew Schulz and Shannon Sharpe just repeatedly trying to tackle this tough issue. But I mean, I think a lot of people make it a lot more tougher than it should be. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Well, I think his knee-jerk energy is just, how can I antagonize? My guess is if you said to Kanye, if you were like, you won't love Jews, he'd be like, I won't what? If you're like, I bet you won't love Jews. Matter of fact, I'm telling you right now, you're not allowed to love Jews. The next day he'd have a shirt, I love Jews. Do you know what I mean? Like, right. And I think he loves going against the grain. I think he likes, this is my assumption. I don't know the guy at all, but my assumption is he doesn't like being told what to do at all. Mm-hmm. And anytime he feels like a cultural impulse telling him, like it happened with the MAGA hat, right? Right, yes. He's like, I'm going to let you know, you're not going to tell me what I can or can't do. Mm-hmm. And I assume that's what drives him. Okay. And so the second you tell him he's being racist, he's like, all right, well, I'm doubling down on that. Right. His wife is really talented, though. She's in a new movie. Did you see the new movie? I did not. It's called The Elevator, starring Shannon Sharpe. Man, I wasn't thinking it was a real movie, man. You got jokes. But okay. Yeah. You had a couple of comedians. I get they're not comedians. These are good questions, man. Yeah, I don't want to sound surprised. Like, obviously, you're phenomenal. Yeah, we do. But like it's CJ, my producer, we do. CJ, great job too. You guys do a really good job of building this. I appreciate it. Thank you. I mean,
what a little mensch, such an uber mensch.
It's silly to say because you guys are so successful, but I do think it's important to give people compliments on that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. You caught a lot of criticism. Yes. Well, I said yes, but I don't know what you're talking about. Because you already know. Yeah, I got criticized for that. It's always. Once you get over 4 million followers on Instagram, it's like you're clout. You wrote the internet when you had James. I think you say Fuhad. Oh, the gigs guys. Yeah. Yes. And about the black girl effect.
Okay. Yeah. Before we go into the black girl effect, because they're gonna tackle Andrew Schulz, and Shannon Sharpe. They are going to tackle the tough issues. By the way, guys, if you like these clips, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. I think I'm tapping into a different audience. And I mean, hey, I'm here for the challenge. Some of the comments are something else, but it's okay. So anyway, going back to it. Andrew's answer was totally disrespectful. And I hope Kanye never ever addresses Andrew Schulz. I hope if he does, he gives a quick one-liner and keeps it moving. Do not come, please. Because Andrew, while he's going through every podcast, breaking this down, breaking that down, whatever, he is not Kanye West. He thinks that the only thing that drives Kanye West is just to be different. You don't get to be Kanye West just by being different. Sorry. Let me be very clear. And I'm only saying this for people to get to know me. I don't do disclaimers. I'm sorry. No, I do admire Kanye West. I do. I'm a Christian, so I condemn a lot of unchristian-like things that he does, such as the symbolism of, a lot of symbolism going on. You know what I mean? With the upside-down cross, naked women, things like that. So I would condemn that because... Well, he doesn't need me to condemn it. I'm not God, right? But you know what I mean? I don't promote that. Especially the prawn that he was putting on Twitter. I thought that was insane. I understood the point that he was making it for. But you would never get me to publicly defame Kanye West and say he's insane, he's crazy. Andrew Schulz brings up the MAGA thing. Oh, it's like the MAGA hat. That's why he did it. He just wanted to be different. No, you fool. Blacks should not be still. At least, look, me, I'm not labeled as a Republican or a Democrat anymore. All of this is just psyops, and I know how that sounds, but it's a very peaceful place to know that you know, the one true foundation in this world is the Lord. Man, there's nothing religiously preoccupied about saying that. It's just so peaceful, more than you people. You guys can understand. I don't like calling people you people. Coming back to it. It's not just to be different, though. He knew he wasn't a Democrat. Kanye West would have never been a Democrat because Democrats don't know anything. They don't have any information. Kanye West is full of information. He's also full of information about a lot of lies that were told in this country, you know what I'm saying, and about a lot of subversion that does come from one group of people. You know, like we have groups that have things that they do. Everybody talks about black crime and everything, and ain't nothing wrong with that, right? We gotta have these conversations. I've had these conversations. Go back and look at my catalog. I've said it. Black people, everything's not racist. If people are just pointing out a pattern. So when I say that about Jewish people, well, what's the problem, right? If somebody told him you gotta love Jews, then he would love them. That is such a low monkey take is what that is. I'm sorry. I have no other word for it. I know y'all probably like, dang, she ain't had to go all the way there. Yeah, I do. You don't have to buy the shirt. You don't have to love what he's saying, but don't try to minimize. You are going to try to figure out Kanye West's mind? Please. You couldn't do it if you wanted to. Please. Because you answer to the appropriate narrative. And sometimes being appropriate is just so in the way. Because you don't get your real thoughts out. Now, they're about to talk about something with the black girls. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So tell me how did that conversation come about?
Yeah.
And then tell me what you were thinking when you said what you said.
So what was the black girlfriend effect is essentially like when a white guy dates a black girl, he starts to glow up. He starts to look better.
Right.
And he gets like a beard and shape up, and he's just like fine. And I've heard of the black girlfriend effect, obviously. So what was he saying it, referencing it? It was like Travis Kelce or something like that.
Yeah, I think he was saying they glow up, they start to look different.
By the way, you notice Shannon Sharpe didn't say anything else about it. He was just like, oh yeah, he's just like being different. I told you, he know better. He knows better. Boy, stop playing.
Get beers and things like that, and I think you said but they go bald because
that's what I was like. So for me, I'm like, this is a comedy podcast. I'm like making a joke. First of all, I hate explaining jokes. I can't believe I'm even doing this. It's like so stupid. But so I'm like, what is the opposite take?
Right.
A lot of times in comedy, the opposite take is the funny thing.
Look at the other side.
So you go the other side and you try to defend the indefensible or whatever it is. This is what I've done my entire career. So the opposite take is, no, actually the reason why they're shaping up their hair because they're going bald, because they're stressed out, they're going to beards, there's more padding in case they get slapped.
Right.
It's just the opposite take of the black girlfriend effect being, you look so much better.
Right.
It's really not that sophisticated. But they went on another podcast and say they didn't think that girls in Atlanta were pretty. So black women in Atlanta were...
Whoa, that's crazy. Why would they say that? I think girls in Atlanta I just think people are pretty wherever they are. What?
Very offended by these two English dudes, black dudes, that were basically calling girls in Atlanta ugly. This is like the hub of black culture in America. And you're just going to call the black women ugly. So they were ripping them. And
How does Andrew Schulz know what the hub of black culture in America is? I know. But it is Atlanta because there's a lot going on in Atlanta too.
And then they started ripping them for laughing at my joke. So it wasn't really about what I said. It was, look how corny these guys are. And they are corny. Look how corny these guys are. Here's another example of their corniness. Right? And then Ryan Clark took a break from posting pictures of his outfits on Instagram to do a whole soliloquy.
Man, why you on RC, man?
Bro.
Did you have a conversation?
I love his Instagram. The outfit posts are amazing.
Right.
Like, the group chat is always full of the out. Like, we can't wait for the new Ryan Clark outfit.
All right. I can't get into my Instagram because reasons. But let's just look up Ryan Clark real quick.
Crazy. Okay, so we do things on here based on whatever, some topics that may trend or something that's going on, and then we weigh in on it. I think everybody does that, right? Like, that's the business that we're in. And I want to say last football season, Andrew Schulz had those two guys on. I forget where they were from or what their show was called. And, they spoke about black women, and they called them aggressive and said, you got to learn self-defense, whatever it was, and those guys laughed. And I gave my opinion on it. And recently, Shannon Sharpe had Andrew on Shay Shay, and he spoke about it. Okay, so I'm going to
cover this. I am going to cover this. This is like a whole thing. I'm going to cover this after the fact, I know.
The second the new outfit where he's walking the streets and the smoke is in the background and like an inspirational quote, you know what I mean? That's like, ugh.
You need to have a conversation. Ryan's a good dude, man.
No, I know. Everybody tells me he's a good dude. But he did that, and it just felt like it was all clout, and he tried to make it this big thing, and he's like, by the end of it, he's one of these guys that like wants to say the N-word but doesn't, and I was like, what the is going on? Like, what are we even talking about?
Right.
Okay, so if that's how it went, so I'm going to cover this. So, okay, but yeah, the thing is, the problem I have with, and a lot of times it's black people, okay, is that we go for the arguments that make us look ridiculous. Oh, he just wants to say the N-word. You could argue, but you could call out Andrew Schulz for a lot more than that. You really can. It's too easy. So don't put some argument out there that isn't happening. That's all I'm telling people. Like, I would call Andrew Schulz out for capitalizing on black culture. I mean, black people do accept him, right, I guess. And I'm not doing this whole segregation content thing, but I'm just saying, like, for a person who is immersed into black culture, telling us that the hub of black culture is in Atlanta and everything, and he seems to know all about it, he certainly has a lot to say about black folk who don't toe the line, like Kanye. And I have a problem with that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.